Welcome to This Week in Magic. Happy Valentine's Day for February 15th, 2019.
What's up, everyone? What is this? Pewdiepie playing video games? I'm playing Magic.
That's right, folks. Pewdiepie decided to release a video while he's on vacation of him playing some Magic the Gathering Arena. Well, you know how these things go. Any game he tends to touch leaves a wake of people behind him just losing their minds. You know, this is like back to the Joker from the Batman series. PewDiePie plays a video game, people lose their minds. Yeah, just that's what it is. So with the taking of PewDiePie being there, obviously there was a bunch of people not happy. And in the main Reddit, the moderators removed 44 out of 85 comments, and one was deleted by the person. So there is people up in arms over this. I'm not going to go over this because the meme is dead. The media wants to spin the way they want to spin it. Everyone wants to believe what they want to believe. The guy is going to do more for the game now than anyone has ever done in the history of Pro Magic. The biggest YouTuber around promoting your game, it's priceless. You cannot ask for that type of listing. You can't pay for this type of publicity. Be happy that he's out there. Let him be who he is. Let him play the game because it's going to propel this game forward. So the new War of the Spark trailer was dropped today also from Wizards of the Coast. And I can't help to reference something from that. I'm pretty sure I've seen these sort of trailer highlights before. I'm not quite sure where it was.
And the dead come with it.
That's right, it was the Faceless One trailer for Game of Thrones Season 5, Season 6. Very similar looking. Cool. There's also a little bit of a chandelier where a bunch of flames are put out and one flame is remaining. Obviously symbol of hope because it's the last burning candle and the last one always burns the brightest. Obviously it's going to be probably Gideon because that's who they zoomed in on in that trailer. If you want, take a look at that trailer. There's more to it, you know, Nicobolas' horns at the end. Obviously, he's behind the War of the Spark. So, other stuff that happened this week. We've got the MTG Arena State of the Beta came out. And there's quite a bit of update for the game. Obviously, the biggest one that happened this week was Nexus of Fate being banned from Best of One. But the state of the game didn't really cover that. This more covers the added features that have happened in the game. So with the customization of Direct Challenge, you now have the possibility to do a best of one, best of three scenario, and you can coin flip or you can choose who plays first from that coin flip. The whole point of a coin flip is who goes first, who doesn't, blah, blah, blah. You know, normal Magic the Gathering stuff. There's also Discord integration in the Direct Challenge, so now you can also challenge your friends via Discord instead of needing their username. That is a muchly needed tool. I think this is going to be better than a friends list in the game because your friend list has already grown in a Discord server, so you know the people that you can easily go up against, and then you have the chat base through Discord. So obviously they're piggybacking off Discord, which will be nice in that sense, and that's something else that's not going to bog down the game. Deck builder improvements, they've changed it up where you can switch between your decks. You've got standard, all decks, and pauper decks so far, and singleton in there, which is kind of nice. Japanese and Korean localization. So they've added Korean and Japanese to the 9 different languages now that Arena is in. Apparently quality of life improvements, added some polish and other quality of life improvements in all aspects of MTG Arena. Notables like a resolve all feature for many triggers on the stack. And then familiarizing faces. So as you notice with the announcement trailer, blah blah blah, this isn't even really that big of a highlight. So that's the additions for the state of the beta. So another story that I just came across, this was from a couple days ago. Apparently it's the future of the Judge shirts. If you've seen them in the past, it's Magic the Gathering Judge on them. They're black. Apparently they're switching hands from Wizards of the Coast. They're relieving their hands of it, and it's being transferred to Channel Fireball. So more and more of this is being transferred over to Channel Fireball's hands for the paper distribution of the Grand Prix, the Magic Fest, and the Mythic Edition stuff. So now we have to ask ourselves, what else are they going to do? Are judges now going to be required to volunteer through Channel Fireball instead of Wizards of the Coast? They're kind of distancing themselves from it. As a corporation, it's probably a good thing for them to distance themselves from it, but it's also a negative thing because now the judges have to go through Channel Fireball if there's problems in the future with such stuff. Few things that came up. How will the shirts be purchased, distributed? Right now our expectation that the shirts will be ordered online if you are on staff and pick up at the venue. What will they cost? So the goal that they're going for is $10 to $15 US, but they wait for the final number. What does it look like? They won't know yet. They've been told there will be a color change in response to feedback that the Judge Black blends in with the crowd and decreases visibility. Hopefully it's not bright yellow. So, but if it's bright yellow, at least we'll be able to see you. You said there won't be people won't be required to wear these shirts. What does this mean? Again, details are still being determined, but the suspicion is existing Judge shirts can still be worn, and barring that, a short sleeve polo shirt of the same color can be used. Magic Fest applications will contain details on the final uniform policy. So not only are you volunteers, but now you have to actually have a dress code. Will judges not on staff be able to purchase the shirt? At this time, we don't know. Any solution would need to prevent non-judges from being able to purchase this shirt, and that concern needs to be balanced against accessibility. Will there be other ways to get these shirts? There are many logistical details that have not been worked out. First priority is making the shirts available at MFs. Sure. I don't know what the MF stands for. I want to say what it stands for, but we'll leave that up for you guys. After that has been accomplished, other possibilities can be explored. When will the transition begin? Channel Fireball Events is currently working on the details, and they'll soon provide more details. In the meantime, if you are selected to be on staff for your first Magic Fest, consider reaching to your regional coordinator. They will have the most current available information. So, the staff shirts are needed for Magic Fest in response to the change of Channel Fireball events. Will be assuming the responsibility of the shirts for their judge staff. Details on these shirts are still pending, but we do know the following. They will be short sleeve polo style. They will include the Magic logo. They will not include the Channel Fireball event logo. Judges will need to purchase these shirts for their own use. Judges will not be required to wear these shirts, and Wizards is continuing to manage Pro Tour staff shirts. So the Pro Tour is still under Wizards, but Magic Fest and these bigger events are now completely under the control of Channel Fireball. So something else that's going on this weekend, you have GP Memphis. And on Reddit, there's a few posts about what's going on there. I guess there is some construction work that's happening around the event. So it goes out to these poor fools. They're trying to concentrate with this jackhammering going on in the event, which is, from Twitter, it sounds very loud. He's got a second video on it here that I found. So, and someone actually recorded the decibels, which is at 104 current value, and anything over 85 decibels through a 8-hour day is beyond safe limits of human interaction. I do have worked around stuff like this, and you need double hearing protection. It's like being next to a jet engine all day, and that can actually do more harm to you than just the sound. It does wear on your body and will make the players very tired for the next day. You'd be surprised how well they're going to perform the next day. There could be lasting effects from this, anywhere from hearing loss to continued nerve shots, and you won't be able to concentrate even on the next day because you were sitting there at this event having to deal with this for a very long time. It's something that you should not ever have to deal with, especially in a Magic event when you're sitting there and your only escape is maybe to the bathroom, because that's, even if you go outside, those sounds are still going to be there. There should be something written in the Channel Fireball contracts that prevents such things like this from happening, because it will cause more issues for the players and for the event in general. And showing up at GTS Distribution is the latest board game from Magic the Gathering. You now have Ravnica Inquisition. Join the Gatewatch or pledge your loyalty to Bolas, a social destruction game set in Magic the Gathering plane of Ravnica. Blah, 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 blah. If you're not sick of the Gatewatch, you will be now. So you do have a bunch of stuff that does come with it. You have 10 role cards, 10 guild cards, 5 color leader cards, 5 targeting cards, a blaze marker, so that's referencing Gates Ablaze currently as a card, ultimate price marker, a notepad and a pencil, a social deduction game for 5 to 10 players, and it sounds like it's a Clue version for Magic the Gathering, which would have been cool back when they had Clue tokens, but now there's this. And with Valentine's Day that just passed, there was tons and tons of these poems coming out, and this one goes as follows. Roses are red, these takes are so hot. Nexus and Challenger decks, no sir, it is not. So confirmation that Nexus of Fate will not be in the Challenger decks. This is welcoming, and yet at the same time, I believe this is underwhelming. The card being in very limited quantities to begin with, it would have been a appropriate place for the Nexus of Fate non-foil version of this card to show up. Oh well, it is what it is. So I do want to bring attention to this last thing that I came across. This was something else I came across on Reddit. I have spoken about these programs in the past, quite a long time ago. I believe more closer to when I started this series of videos. This is another arena boosting site. People are rating it quite well. However, I would not look at this. Apparently you're paying $12 a month. You use this account that they've already set up, got all the cards, and all you do is sit there and farm with it for gems and gold and whatever. Then they pay you back. So this is not something I would recommend to anyone, and be very wary of stuff like this. There's ranks, there's all this other stuff. I would not trust anything as a third party with and around MTG Arena. There could be a terms of service violation using stuff like this if this is legit, and protect yourself first. I wouldn't even bother with something like this. I'm a free-to-play player, and this is not something I would even consider going to. But if there are people out there that do spend a little bit of money on MTG Arena, be aware of these third parties. They will try and bulk you for your money instead of it going to Wizards and Arena, which I still don't even suggest for MTG Arena. Try and stick with the free-to-play aspect. I believe it's a lot more fun than trying to do a cheat like this. So I hope this week in Magic found helpful and useful for all of you people out there. Nexus of Fate being banned, obviously, I did reference that in an earlier video. And do check out the extra little credit video that I had this week with the looping of Hostage Taker. It is quite comical that something like that could error so badly in Arena. It is worth a look. I'll link it at the end. And thank you once again to Lightning Bolt MTG for making that out of the blue situation happen during a direct challenge. Also, I would like to thank Carl the Third for joining up on my Patreon. I did notice it today. I just have not been able to get to it yet. Thank you so much for adding yourself onto the Patreon, being one of the members of the Phoenix, taking a ride. Thanks everyone for this week in Magic. I hope you found this once again informative, and please have yourselves a great weekend.